Hey everybody, it's Eric from epautos.com, your libertarian car guy, and I thought I'd do a quick little follow-up rant on the topic of wide loads. Some of you may have already caught my review of the GMC Canyon for 2019, which is mid-sized, technically, but if you look at the specs, you'll see that it's actually pretty close to what a full-size truck used to be in terms of length, height, and even width as recently as the 90s and early 2000s before everything got supersized. And as it happens, I've got something to compare it with, which is the 2019 Ford F-150 that I'm driving right now. This is a really big truck, technically full size, but it would be supersized by the standards of 10 or 15 years ago. Width-wise, it's about 80-something inches through the hips, which is about 6 inches wider than the Canyon. And that's got its upsides and its downsides. The upside being that you got that much more room on the inside, particularly shoulder-to-shoulder room. However, I want you to see if you can get a sense of just how much space this 1500 takes up in the lane. It uses pretty much every inch of available real estate as you're driving down the road. And this road is a relatively wide road. I'm down in the city now. I normally live up in the hills. And those country roads were not designed for wide load vehicles. And when you drive those roads, you really feel as though you don't have a whole lot of room to spare. And parenthetically, as an aside, that brings up a point that bears on the article that I wrote a couple of weeks ago about the spandex Harleys, cyclists. Not all of them, but some of them. I'm not going to get into the pros and cons of that. But the fact is that a lot of people cycle today, and you'll probably encounter a cyclist as soon as the weather warms up on the road. And when you're driving a vehicle that's really wide, it doesn't leave a whole lot of margin to pass either safely or legally. Safely, you pretty much have to cross over the double yellow into the opposite lane. Hopefully nobody else is coming, and hopefully no cop is coming, because if they see you do that, of course, that's a ticketable offense. Even if it's perfectly safe to do it, it's illegal. On the other hand, if you stay in your lane in a wide load vehicle, you really haven't got sufficient space to safely or comfortably pass cyclists. In some states, you have to have a 3 feet air gap between your vehicle and the cyclist. And you look at this, you tell me if you think that there's 3 feet of gap available. I don't think so. So that presents its own unique problems. And by the way, it's not just a truck problem. Some cars are really wide through the hips too. The new Camaro, for example, is notoriously wide relative to what cars used to be. So I just thought I would try and convey that to you and show that to you by doing this quick little video before I break off here and guzzle some coffee and try to come up with another rant for you. Hope you'll come down to epautos.com and check us out, and thanks for viewing, and we will catch up with you again soon.